Shalom, Akim. Before I get started, I'm going to give all praise and all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Their honors to the apostles, great millstone, who rule Israel in true sincerity. And Barakateh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, to the bishops and elders, right, and brothers, and teachers, and scribes and helps, who are the four corners of earth, making them by living sacrifice and bring out the gospel and the good news, right? In the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom to number one third, you men, women, and children who are now coming back to the fold at the end. And Lord willing, all of us be delivered onto those chariots for the ultimate salvation. This is your Rabad out of the Israelites 11th hour camp out of San Francisco, coming to you another sit-down lesson of Lord willing is edified. So today, I was watching the news, and it talked about the power outages that are going on worldwide. And specifically, there's one article out of Natural News. Houston is very telling on the time period that the Lord is speaking about, right? And also the prophecies, are turning up, at a rapid pace. So, I'm gonna bring up this article, read a little bit, and then go to scriptures. Lord willing, be edified. So, what caught my eye was the title. It says Houston zombie residents attack linemen restoring power after the hurricane. And in my humble opinion, this is some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Oh, and the title of this, I forgot the title of this lesson. Is called is a quote from Gerald Celente. And the title is when people have nothing to lose, they lose it, right? So it's very telling, what's going on right now in the current state of Babylon, and also the current state of the world, and how close we are to these, to the MOTB, and how close we are to the World War III. And the Lord willing, the RFID microchip will be implemented, and we could be out. And us hopeful elect, the 144,000, of the innumerable men, women, and children. Well, 144,000 of the hopeful, the governing body, the hopeful elect, and the numeral, and then 1/3 numerable men, women, children. Slack, I'm going faster than my brain can catch up. Lord willing, we're out this bitch, okay. So it says a number of linemen restoring power in Houston, Texas, in aftermath of Hurricane Beryl have been sent to the hospital following physical attacks of desperate and frustrated residents, despite their repair crews' essential work. The acts of violence not only hamper the restoration efforts, but also demoralize utility workers. Many of these men have traveled far from their homes all over the nation, working long shifts in dangerous conditions to bring electricity back to nearly 3 million people in the Democratic Iran City. Oh, it gets better, right? So, I'll jump down, right? So, because this is the opening, basically the gist of what the story is about, but it gets a lot more. Man, what do you call it? These people are losing their fucking minds because there's no power, right? What happens? No power. When there's no power, there's no gas. There's no grocery stores are open. There's no banks that are actually open for services. You can't go to your local a car repair shop because their computers are down. You know what I mean? Everything just stops. It's like one big EMP attack, right? By that Microsoft company called Clutchworks, something like that. And you guys can correct me, on the title. Of that company, right? Totally inside job, right? So it says one of the workers who was working on the line says, "What the hell are you guys doing right now?" To the men who came down, who left their families to come help you. A lineman asked in a video post on X, formerly Twitter. Linemen are leaving right now, and there are linemen that will never be back to Texas. And let me tell you, I'm one of them. You'll never see me in Houston. he added that the most dangerous part of his job was supposed to be electricity, and it's not supposed to be the public. Right? I got to open the scripture because what do you call that's the time we're in, right? What do you call it? It's very that gentleman just said it all. You know what I mean? His job's supposed to be more dangerous, not the people. The people have lost their fucking minds. That they literally fucking are literally the title says walking zombies, right? But this one says second Ezra 16:1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. I'll talk about verse 3. A sword is set upon you, and who may turn it back? Right? So a sword is sent upon Babylon, right? What do you call the Lord is bringing, his judgment, slowly but surely, ramping up that, that water that's boiling. At first it was, back in the, 10 years ago, the water was just getting warm. You know what I mean? And the apostles and, and the elders, and a lot of brothers who are, the truth, pretty much stating that nothing's cracking off, nothing, what do you call it? It seems to be happening. It's very boring. And quite a few people fell off. You know what I mean? Quite a few people lost hope. They lost faith, and then, what do you call it? As some left, some, a lot of them stayed, And it says, a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Right? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Right? Because the Lord is bringing these plagues, unto Babylon, unto the new Egypt, unto the new, we call, or it's called America, right? Named after America Vespucci, right? They're a fucking colonizer, fucking white devil and shit, niggas, The Lord sent plagues and who can drive them away? And we remember, Lord, have been telling you guys, week in and week out for decades, that this place is fucking is one power outage, from collapse, one EMP, one false flag, one major event, one 9/11, one so-called CVID, to collapse this fragile system, this beast system that everybody upholds. As the beacon of light, as the way to be, as a way to live, the way to forward your bloodlines. And truth be told, it's all lies. It's all based on lies. All it took is one power outage. You know what I mean? And what do you call it? And people lost their minds because, and we've been saying, we call it, you can take away people's, right to work. You could put people in so-called lockdown, but if you give them money, you give them access to a grocery store and you still have power, they can maintain. The second you take their power away from them, they'll lose it within 2 days. You know what I mean? And it's already showing, right? Let me go back to that. Okay, it says, there are also reports that the repair crews have been beaten and forced to evacuate staging areas. And in one case, 20 linemen were held hostage by armed men. Man, is that some like PERS type shit? You know what I'm saying? The public's so pissed off, getting mad. What do you call it? People are trying to help them. The PG&E guys, they call them service linemen. The guys are actually trying to actually restore the power. Now, of course, we all know this is all by the Lord's hand, Lord's will to bring these type of plagues and judgments, upon Babylon. Of course, they're going to increase. But the thing is, it's almost like you're shooting them, you're hitting down a messenger. You know what I mean? What do you call it? Because these utility workers, they don't know what's going on. Of course, Esau could be evil, use HARP and to forward these hurricanes and make them more powerful. You know what I mean? Or what do they call it? Cloud seeding. You know what I'm saying? To make these rain clouds, these hurricanes even more super, you know what I mean? Where they drive their airplanes and release certain chemicals, to where, it induces, high velocity hurricanes and tornadoes. You know what I mean? So it's not far fetched that the Lord, uses Esau to do fucking, you know what I mean? Some crazy shit, right? But I digress, right? And then it says, we had guys who have had guns pulled on them. We have guys who've had rocks picked up and slung at them. I had a crew out in Sugar Land. They had guys with AK-47 stand across from them, never pointed at them, but menacing them. Of course, this video, I want to play it because you get a strike on the channel. But this guy just comes out of nowhere, and these telephone crew, these PG&E guys. I mean, I don't know what kind of title they have in Texas. You know what I'm saying? But over here, in California, we call them mainly PG&E. So PG&E guys chilling. You know what I'm saying? Wait for the next thing to do. This guy came out of nowhere. This fucking, this nigga came out of nowhere and just hits fucking their shit with a piece of metal, big ass metal, either rod or whatever it was. You know what I mean? Guys tripping like, what the fuck? So that's that, right? There are also reports of verbal attacks. You know what I'm saying? This is my favorite. The police also charge. Okay, yeah. Well, okay. Okay, so let me jump down. Yada yada yada. Right? Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. So anyway, that's basically what that was it on that article. That was it as far as the information on that. So I'll get back to the scriptures. You know what I mean? And that's hella funny because this is supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. It's supposed to be, a place of opulence, a place, to establish your roots and to live the American dream, right? To get wealth and that's just all going bye-bye. It's just done. Babylon's done. These so-called white people, the American, their hegemony, their power is waning. Is done. You know what I mean? It ain't never gonna come back, right? And then it says, let me jump down. Bear with me. It's all through the spirit. You know what I mean? It's just, a quick little something, a quick little, sit down. Okay. So let me jump down to 14. So it says, Ezra 16:14. Behold, plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. Right. So, what do you call? The Lord is bringing, we call it, extreme judgment, on a mass scale, right? Every day that we're getting closer to, the end of Esau, Edom's kingdom, right? And this is just one of many examples that the events are going on throughout the whole earth, right now. Aside from all these distractions, that they promote on the internet and mainstream media, whether it be Trump assassination, the collapse of the dollar, CBD. You talking about now? Everybody's talking about CBDC coming into play, because of this so-called a power outage from this Microsoft company. You know what I mean? And it's all total bullshit. You know what I'm saying? What I mean is Esau's just working, his pushing his agenda and working his magic, and hopefully he thinks something will stick, right? And it says, 16. I'm gonna jump down to 18. So it says 16:18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, and the beginning of wars. The power shall stand in fear, right? The beginning of mournings, right? Because the people are mourning. Look at Babylon's choices in so-called their electoral leaders. Look at their kings, the choices that you have to choose from, which would be Biden or Putin, not Biden, Biden and Trump. Those are two fucking choices America's, that's the best two people they can come up with. You know what I mean? This place is through. You know what I mean? We don't, Babylon doesn't have luxury of having like smart presidents like Putin and the president of Iran, the president, the president Assad, Syrian president. You know what I mean? Presidents actually have a brain in their heads. You know what I mean? Unlike these Western countries that have these fucking idiots, running their, who are in power. You know what I mean? Overpaid idiots. You know what I'm saying? It's an old saying that it's never a bad kingdom, it's just a bad king. So however the king is, so shall the kingdom be, right? Because that the old saying, what do you call it, is very pertinent to what's going on right now, right? For all things shall they not turn from the wicked, but for all these things they shall not turn from the wickedness, nor always be mindful of scourges. Yeah, these people are not going to turn from the wickedness. They're not going to lean on on the Lord for help. They're not going to trust in Yahweh Shema Shai when the shit gets fucking rough. You know what I mean? These people are just gonna flip out and prove similar stories of them killing these PG&E workers. I mean, even though they have different titles, different in different states, kill these PG&E workers who are trying to help these people store power and try to get them back, try to get their lives back on track. You know what I mean? They're gonna flip out, right? Because these people have nothing, have no kind of backup because they have no hope. What do you call it? They do not know the Lord. They do not know the type of power he is, right? So they actually lean on Esau Edom, and they lean on the government. And let me bring this out. Bear with me. It's all through the Spirit. You know what I mean? What do you call it? They actually lean on their governments to help them, right? What do you call it? And now they're finding out that the government, what do you call it, don't give two shits about them. Right? One, two, yeah. Bear with me, Akim. So what do you call and Lord willing, what do you call G. Right. Okay. Yeah. So I got it. So it says let me bring this out. Yeah, this is Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because there are many, right? And the horses, because they're very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One Israel, neither seek the Lord, right? So basically, woe unto our people, especially our people, right? You so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, right? Who trust in Egypt, right? Who go to the government, for your handout, for your stipend, for your so-called alimony checks and baby mama checks, and and your child support and your and what else, your veterans loan and or veterans benefits, and what else, any other so-called handout from the government, they're gonna cut that shit off. Then what you gonna do? Right? What do you call it? Because last time I checked, these so-called white people are planning a major agenda to execute over millions and millions upon people on this earth. To depopulate this earth from 9 billion people plus probably 10, maybe 12. I don't know the exact figure, but a lot of motherfuckers. He's about to reduce that down to 500 million. So and Esau Edom, he don't give a shit. He'll kill every man, woman, child. What do you call it? And probably leave a couple thousand just for slaves. The rest of them, he'll put a Elon Musk brain chip in them, right? Or RFID chip in them, right? And make them into cyborgs, right? It reminds me of Star Trek movies, the Star Trek series Next Generation, right? Back in the 90s, where Captain Picard, right? And his number one, I forgot his name. He'll come to me. But anyway, what do you call it? They had an enemy called the Borg, and the Borg was a race of people, right? And that were half human, half cyborg, and they literally lived in this cube, and they all were uplinked to the digital single hive mind. And what they would do is they would go to different planets and conquer, the inhabitants of this planet, and assimilate them into their collective. Right, inject them, with nanobots, and literally, and put on, artificial. It's almost like Terminators type deal, and they just, and when they need to recharge, uplink to the hive, they have little pods you stand up in, they connect, but so, that reminds me of that type of dystopian weirdo future that Esau Edom thinks he's gonna be hold up or actually erect, as the phoenix in the ashes. But then they ain't gonna do shit. The Lord ain't gonna allow that, for him to kill off all the Lord's people, because I'll be announced to his red ass. He's got nothing coming. He could try, but it ain't gonna work. Slack, I had pulls up again. Okay, so let me go down to yeah, 8. Yep. It says, "Behold, famine and plague." Oh wait, let me back up. I apologize. Oh man, that's obviously Satan, right? You know, beyond my nut. There it goes. Okay, so it said, let me do 16 again. So it's like 16, 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. What do you call it, right? Beginning of famine and great death. Yeah, what do you call it, man? There's gonna be mass death, you know, upon this earth, unlike of anything in human history, right? And the Lord is with it, right? You know, it gives great pleasure to the Lord, you know, to bring this mass judgment, because this earth is evil. It is ran by evil people. You know what I mean? Its vibrations evil. The people are wicked. You know, what do you call the way they live is out of order. You know what I'm saying? And what do you call it? They don't revere or respect, you know, Yahweh Shema Shai. And so the Lord is going to bring back. He's going to bring back His name. You know, he's going to bring back that fear. You know, just like in the time of Egypt, right? You know, when the Lord delivers us out of Egypt, we call it, man, there was great fear upon the other nations, and they heard about the power. They heard about the God of the Israelites, right? You know, they actually heard, you know what He did for them, and how He destroyed Egypt. This day, Egypt has not risen to the power that once was back in the ancient times, right? And it says beginning of wars, right? The beginning of wars. What do we see right now? We see everybody, you know, geared up for war. We now heard today that now EU and NATO nations, you know, want to start a draft, a conscription, you know, of men and women between ages of 18 to, what was it, 27 or something like that. So, you know, all the BRICS nations are actually gearing up for war right now. They're actually, you know, their economy is in battle ready economy. You know what I mean? All the manufacturing, you know, is making tanks and planes and bombs, and basically gearing up for War 3. You know, hell, even the Russian president knows that. Which is Putin knows, what do you call it? That he's part of history, right? That he's part. His part. You know, in biblical prophecy is one of the biggest ones that are about to come to pass, right? In fact, I'll bring that out. You know, let me bring that out. You know, it says, right. Give me a second. Yeah. So it says, there it is. Let me just bring this out real quick. You know, bear with me, Akim. Bear with me up, because my phone's a little slow today. But yeah, what do you call it? The Putin Russian president? He knows, what do you call these prophecies, because he knows our history. He has some of our relics. He stashed away, what do you call it, in his churches and his vaults. You know what I mean? He actually reads the Bible. You know what I mean? And best believe, what do you call these Edomite scholars or Edomite presidents? You know what I mean? Whether they're Russian, European, you know what I mean? They're all Edomites. They're all, you know what I mean? They're all fucking Edomites. They all have their biblical scholars, and they all go in depth, you know, and truly report, you know, the real shit. You know, not shit meaning bad, you know, but they report real, you know, real time. They don't sugarcoat it. There's no added preservatives. You know, they say it just like how it was written. You know what I mean? And it says, and there's a prophecy that Putin knows that he's a part of, right? And it says, Ezekiel 38 and 1, and the word of the Lord Yahweh Shemshai came to me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, right? And it's which means the Lord is actually using the Russians, you know, to gather all the other nations, you know, round about them, right? To basically be the spearhead, right? To forward War 3 and to go up against the beast system, right? And what do you call it? Which is your native EU, right? You know, the beast, and then go up against Babylon the whore, right? Which is America, right? And it says to say thus the Lord, to say and say Slakia, and say thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shemashai power. Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling with swords, right? And if we continue to read on, it talks about his so-called other nations that are going to join unto Russia, which is biblical prophecy, because right now they call themselves the BRICS, right? And the remaining nations are now joining unto the BRICS, and in fact, over 86% of the Earth's population have now want to join the BRICS, right? Just recently, last week, 58 countries have petitioned to join the BRICS, right? Not to mention many more, behind them in the wings, already putting the application in, right? So we get the gist of that, right? We'll go back, we go back. So then it says, and the power shall stand, and the power shall stand in fear. Yeah, what powers? The powers, of these presidents, westernized presidents. You know what I mean? Who are running, this wicked ass nation, running this beast system. You know what I mean? So they'll be in fear, because right now, before these prophecies, weren't cracking as they are right now. Before, they just call man of the Lord, conspiracy theorists and fear mongering, and what else? All kinds of slanders, and all kinds of a deep a retribution against us. You know what I mean? Pulling guns on us, throwing water balls, throwing food. You know what I mean? Just basically being fucking demons, right? But now what do you call it? Now all of a sudden less scoffers. I mean, we still have our scoffers, but you know what I mean? But now what do you call it? It's mainly just vocab. He pops up every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? But now the people who are really now looking at listening to what the men of the Lord are saying, now going back to the Bibles, and the Bible's actually speaking what we always said in the very beginning. But now these events, we call prophecies, are coming to pass, and people are like, can you actually go back to their Bible that's actually collecting dust on their mantle? They're opening it up, like, oh shit, these prophets are speaking the truth. And now it's forcing these nations, and to force their scholars to go into the Bible and actually read it, and they're coming back with basically the same thing that we've been saying, right? So what else? Let me continue. The beginning and the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? You see, Ezra is so upset because the Lord showed him the vision of the events that are coming. You know what I mean? The end of Esau's kingdom. World War III. The mark. The implementation of the RFID. Mark of the thing. In the right hand or forehead. You know what I mean? And basically a purge type scenario, right? Where everything is complete chaos. You know what I'm saying? What he called, it's basically survival of the fittest, some Mad Max type shit. You know what I mean? And Ezra's scared. What he called in the very beginning, he says, woe is me. What shall I do? What do you call it? In the day of the judgment? Basically it made him sick. Like, oh my God, what's gonna happen to me? Which means reincarnation is real, and he's back. In this time period, his spirit's back. Of course, we don't know who he is. What brothers out there is who. But what do you call? It made it scared the shit out of him. You know what I mean? It fucked him up. And he was like, I could see him just like Neo. You're finding out that the Matrix wasn't real, and that him living the Matrix wasn't real, and that when he unplugged it, and saw all those pods of people plugged, in their a catatonic state. You know what I'm saying? Just on life support in this, in this plasma bubble. You plugged into the Matrix, and people not even knowing, what's going on, and they think that the Matrix is real. To find out it wasn't, man, it made him sick. And Neo says, I only offer the truth. You know what I'm saying? And finally he's like, oh, let me out. And, he throws up, you know what I mean? Because he couldn't take it no more. It was just overwhelming. Like, way, so. That reminds me of Ezra, what do you call it? I call it like that, together with Neo, because that's how pretty much I would be, you know what I'm saying? When I first found out, a quick little a quick little what do you call it, testimony. When I found out, when I first came to truth, at first it was, it was sweet in my mouth. You know what I mean? It was sweet as honey in my mouth, to find out that I was an Israelite, to find out that I was God's chosen people, to find out, that my forefathers and foremothers and, you know what I mean, and my relatives, you know what I mean, and my people were actually across the Red Sea with Moses. You know what I mean? That was a joyous thing. Like, wow, that's beautiful, man. I never knew that. I always thought I was just some slave in, Babylon, and you know what I'm saying, and that's all I, basically, over, what do we call over, a semi-educated nigga, you know what I mean, so, but no, we're a whole lot more than that, and then of course, what do you call it, the sweet became bitter in my belly, like, oh shit, America's gonna be destroyed, by thermonuclear destruction, famine, mass death, you know what I mean, pestilences, basically, a prototype scenario. I got scared. I almost got, it almost made me sick to my stomach. My heart was pounding. You know what I mean? I just stopped, stopped smoking weed. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I was like a month in, when I first woke up, a month into my sobriety, and I was like, damn it, to where, I was sober. You know what I mean? I wasn't really drinking. I drink a little bit of tequila once in a while. I have a brew once in a while. Yeah, I wasn't completely sober, and it fucked me up. Completely fucked me up. Like, damn, like I'm gonna die out here. You know what I mean? How do I save myself? What do I got? I don't want to die. I don't want to be vaporized in Babylon. Watch my skin melt off. You know what I'm saying? Because I know my luck. Because I've always had to say the world. My luck is no luck. Because that's just that's how my life has always been. I'll be ones getting vaporized. You know what I'm saying? Just one day, wiggling around, just clueless in Babylon, some bam, you know what I mean? A nuke go off. All of a sudden, oh shit, and then here I am, just watching my skin melt off. Like, hey, cool, shit, right? I digress. uh, uh, yeah. Oh yeah, it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges of amendment. For all those things they shall not turn from the wickedness, and nor be always mindful of the scourges, right? Because our people are never going to turn back to the wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Just watching, some of these news articles, and some of these videos, on alternative media. Oh my God, man, these people are fucking just gone. And the average person, on this earth, who's really not in this truth, I can see why the Lord's going to burn Babylon. I can see why the Lord's going to burn Jerusalem. I can see why, a lot of people are going to get fucked up in Lord judgment when these nukes hit Babylon, 200 million missiles, and the earth rocks to and fro. I can see what tidal waves and tectonic plates are shifting. You know what I mean? And all the continents start moving its place. People are going to die. Of earthquakes. They're going to die of tsunamis. They're going to die of fire. No food. I get it. I could lie before when I first knew the truth, like, oh, try to save every Israelite, try to, what do you call it, you know what I mean? Want everybody to be saved. No, I'm like, man, fuck these niggas, man. Why not? Death these niggas, bro. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about these other nations either because they truly hate us. With every bone in their whole body, every cell in their body, they actually, they fucking detest us. You know what I mean? They really want to see us on the gallows when Trump gets back in office. They want to see our heads get cut off. They want to fucking see us hang in the noose. They want to see us get the gas chamber. They want to see us electrocuted by electric chair. They want to see us, get clapped at by the fire squad. These people fucking want to be put as death. I mean, if there's nothing new, they're back to their lot. Back in the ancient times when, we got kicked out of Rome, for prophesying. We got kicked out of, what I mean? All the captivities we've been in, we've always had, prophets sent from the Lord, to go in the gates of nobles and fan their hand and tell them, what do you call your judgment is at hand, right? Our Lord has always, sent prophets to not only tell the heathens, what do you call their judgment, but also warn, the people of children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, that what do you call it, their salvation is near, right? Behold, visuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think of themselves in a good case. Even then shall evils go upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion, right? Because right now, what do you call it, things, we're cheap. I mean, cheaper. Like you can still go, dollar store now. It's like two something. You know what I'm saying? You can still buy some kind of food cheap. Right now, we're in the middle of inflation. Pretty soon we're gonna be in hyperinflation. But what do you call it? People still think that they're in a good case. Like my coworkers, they still think everything's everything. Everything's gonna be all good. And then, what do you call it? When Trump gets back in office, he's to set the economy correctly. He's gonna, what do you call it? He's gonna make Babylon great again. Make America great again. And the Lord has other plans for that. And the Lord's like, psh, yeah, right. The Lord doesn't give two fucks about what people think and how they feel. What do you call it? Because he has a plan. He has a movie already pre-written. He has a prophecies to fulfill, and promises to keep. You know what I mean? So the Lord is like, if you miss me with all that bullshit, if anything, what do you call it? I'm gonna destroy Babylon. I'm gonna deliver, my people. I'm, speaking, no, I'm not speaking as what the Lord would say. I am destroying Babylon. I'm delivering my people. You know what I mean? I'm gonna set up. Yahweh's kingdom, right? And set up King David. And set up tabernacle of David, right? Set up the 144,000. To be the governing body. Sluck again. Yeah. Sluck again. What do you call it? That's Satan for you. You know what I mean? Satan's always trying to, you hand the word on some bullshit. So basically, what do you call it? Lord's to set up, his governing body. You know what I mean? 144,000. Lord's gonna, set up, you set up the king, to govern over the 144,000, King David, right? And then it'll be the Lord's special 12, the chosen 12. You know what I mean? And Lord willing, we part of those men. We part of that governing body. We'd be the first fruits. That we can help forward the family business, right? Because technically, despite what everybody thinks, this is a family affair. What do you call it? You could say this is the ultimate family affair. You know what I mean? And you have to be in the family. You have to be from the bloodline. Of the line of David for you to come in, into this house. You know what I mean? And to dwell, right? Because if you're not part of the line of David, you just out. You know what I mean? And it's only for the elect of nation Israel. So Lord willing, what do you call it? That lesson was edifying. Quick little something. You know what I mean? And before I sign off, what do you call it? I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kagodash. Double honor to the apostle of Great Millstone, who rule Israel with true sincerity, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai Barakatah, to the bishops and elders, brothers and teachers, and helps, or scribes and helps, who in the camps, the four corners of earth, make it by life sacrifice to bring out the good news and the gospel, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. Shalom to innumerable 1/3 of men, women, children who come back in the fold in the last days, in time of Esau's demise, right? And Lord willing, that we all may get upon the chariots, and be the first fruits, and be in the sky with Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, right? And Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. My name is Yerah Abad, at Israelite 11th hour, at San Francisco, and Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I say Shalom.